Buddy. So we've got here, this is our 132nd Revell P-51B Mustang. And this is what we're working on right here for now. We've got to put that on, that tail right there. I'm not going to put on the wheels. I can do that later. We're going to have to put in at least one of these right here. Might leave that off. What else? Did I mention the engine? No. Okay. Got to put the engine in, which is right there. We're going to assemble the two halves and then put that on. Then once we do that, we're going to switch over to the Airfix kit. I've got all this stuff done right here, so I mean, let's see that. That's what we got for Airfix. We're going to put on the wings, which got right here, and then the Revell kit, which we are going to build the wings for those, do a little bit of painting, but not much, and let's get to it. So first to start, we have our motor right here, where that little fuzz. Got this piece. It's going to sit in just like that and glued to these mounts like so. Need to scrape away a little bit of paint right there though. You know, you try to do things ahead of time, but you don't always find everything, and that's okay. I do get better bonds when I don't have paint to plastic glue. So take a hint and fix that stuff. Make it look good. This is model making madness, remember? Make it look pretty. There we go. That's good. All right. Get our other cameras in focus here. Get them started. Oh, you can't see, I got a cord right here. It's lovely. All right, so this right here, I'm going to have to take, I think I might use regular tube glue because it will be a little bit easier for it to bond down. And some toothpicks, of course. Got to use your toothpicks. So if you're joining us now, got our tube glue right here. I'm only doing this because it's probably going to be a little bit easier. Put some of this right here, a little bit right here, and some right here. Got our engine, going to spin. Got these mounts, which I've got to clean off real quick because I forgot to do that, which I thought I did. That's okay though. Here and here. Perfect. So now I've got these, which are going to sit down in there. Press them in, and you see how this fits as well. Make sure they get in there. Excellent. And that is how that goes. You can see that right there. Now, got this little guy right here, which, you know, I think I'll use Yale tube glue again because you're not really going to see this stuff. And the bond is just superb. Just gotta be careful when you squeeze some of it out that you don't make a complete utter mess. And in other news, you know, if you're a wrestling fan and like The Undertaker, he will be in the Pittsburgh area signing autographs. Got this piece right here. Like I said, it's going to go right here. Only $299 a piece, or I'm sorry, $199. Not a bad price, but what do I know about The Undertaker? Not a lot, other than I've seen him wrestle a couple times, and beat the crud out of Edge. Great match. This one here, let's see here. I'm going to put that like, well, you can see what's going on here. This piece is going to fit just like that. And then it meets up with the base. Make sure I'm getting some stuff on my glue here. Like that. Then we got this opposite side right here where it's going to go. And then we'll put some right down in here. Hopefully that gets in there. And of course, this guy right here, he is going to go right there. Yay, old tube glue, yet again. Don't knock it till you try it. That's what I always say. Can't go wrong. It's got a little tab right there, which only goes in one direction. Just like that. Now, I'm going to turn this around so you can see what else we have. Got this little area right here. Part number 32. It's got a little lip. Tube glue. I haven't used this much tube glue in ages, but you know, sometimes it just feels right. And this time it feels right. So this is a little tedious. And this is why they tell you to do this before anything when this is off. Got to get a good angle on this. And it just kind of sits like that. You can see that, like, making a mess. That's what tube glue's for. Anyway, so that's what we're doing right there. Let that dry just a little bit. Did I even put that in the right spot? That would be a good question, huh? Anyway, that's where it goes. I think I got a little messy on it. That's okay, because you know, messes are meant to be fixed up. I was going to glue that in, but you know, since it's a landing gear door, we're going to leave it. So we're going to let this stuff sit for a little bit. Let me see what I got going on. We'll just put a little bit more glue there, just for precaution's sake. And a little bit more down in there, and I know it'll get into it. So we're going to let that sit and dry. And in the meantime, set this aside. So we should have all this good stuff done up until the other parts, but I can put that in. So over here, I can do that right there. So that's what we'll do. Get the other half. There's always stuff to be found. Scrape away a little bit of area right there. I've got this already prepared. We'll try a difference here. Sorry about that. We'll try it with this and see how well this works compared to everything else. This one should be easier to hold in, and it is supposed to go green. Just haven't painted it green. I'll get to that later. And this should be able to go right like there. So you see if that were to close. Might not be so bad to do that. It's just like that. Okay. I think that's going to stay. We'll paint that by hand. Now, more fun stuff. We've got this right here. Oh, by the way, when I put in the tails on this, I didn't realize that. I don't know if I used the right ones because I cut some tails off and then maybe had some on spruce. But you got these right here. I'm not sure what the difference is other than they look more pronounced with the riveting. You can see a difference just to show you. One sticks out like a sore thumb and the other do not. That's all right though. We're going to make it work. So don't make that mistake that I did. And that's what you do when you are building 15 models at one time. Not really 15, but you know. All right, so we got this. I've got this all prepared. This goes right like this. in here. Put a little bit of glue down in there. Should stay. Hopefully, that's the goal. There we go. That's what it'll look like once you have that notched. Then you also have this area just underneath, right there. If you can get your glue down in there. I'm sure the stuff, you know, because it's thin cement, it soaks into anything. It'll find that crack and crevice and get in there. Hold that like that. And then we have to take our clear parts. Unfortunately, there's no other way to do this that I know of. We've got this area right here. So we need to find our clear pieces once this dries. See, this is why they invented tube glue. That way, you know, you get a really quick bond and fast, or super glue for that matter. But got the clear parts. Airfix kit there. The clear is really clear. I am clearly shocked by it. And you can see that just, but we're going to get that number 10 piece right there. Stick it in the hole. And that's it. Just make sure this is all dry here. Oh, I wish I spoke what that language is on one of my chat things. Hopefully that's nothing bad. Something from around the world, I imagine. But hey. So here we go. I like how that looks. We'll get this piece cut out. Test our fit. Glue it in place. All right. Let's see how well this turns out. It only goes one way. Let me adjust my other camera here for a better focus. And I got my camcorder, of course, since, you know, I record this at the same time for the regular videos. There we go. All right. So this guy here, try to keep it clean. Fits perfectly in there. This thin cement should do the job. It won't haze, hopefully. Even if it does, we'll be all right. You can see that right there. Nice and clear. All right, got that taken care of. Now we can put the wings on. They only go one way, so you're not going to mess this up. As you can see, it just doesn't work. Kind of like watching Sesame Street. Which of these things is not like the other? One of these things doesn't belong, except in our case, everything belongs. This we can use thin cement. I did actually make a boo-boo in these, and I drilled a hole where I wasn't supposed to, which is, where's it at? I know there's a hole somewhere that I drilled. Right there. It was a boo-boo. Not supposed to do that. We'll fill it in later. Anyway, going to put this on just like this, and it looks like I broke my piece a little bit, so we're gonna have to be careful with that. See how to get this in there carefully. Perfect, I hope. We'll let the glue soak into that side real quick, and then we'll flip it over. You know, always want to get a good bond. Like James. Got that area right there. Perfect. And of course this. Thank you all for watching me build my airplane. I figured doing it live, you know, people are going to watch it live and then they'll just come back and watch me build it not live. So it's coming along nicely with the exception of that little break. Let's see here. Put this guy on. There she go, just like this. It's nicely into place. You see it snapping down there. Make sure you don't have glue on your fingertips because, you know, that would be bad. This is kind of what a good application for regular tube glue would be. You can put it in those little pins and with the boxes and expect it to stay. Let's see here. I feel like sometimes when you're running low on glue, you can actually see it working, but it does. Just press that down and you can see the fit goes in nicely. Do that on this side. There we go. Hold that. Oh my. Now, it looks like I probably could have like filed some stuff down over here. We'll get to that later. I guess I can maybe, let's see if we can clip that. I don't think that's supposed to be there. Maybe as the underguards for how they molded these things. We're going to put some whatchamacallits anyway. What do you call them things? Flaps, ailerons. I think I got this all glued down. I think I missed this side right here. There we go. Yeah, definitely missed that, but you can see right there we got the little landing lights. Everything else looks good. That's coming off. Perfect. Pure model making madness. Do y'all make your models look pretty? Because I know I try to. And thank you for watching. I really like this Airfix kit. It's very nice. It's turning out good. So what is this? Little fuzzies in there. See if I can't cut those out. Little glue, fuzzies. What do you think? Do you like it? There we go. Just double check everything. Make sure it goes on pretty. Got that right there. And now we need parts D12 and D11. Those are the guns. Am I allowed to say that on YouTube now? They won't censor me, will they? I think Facebook will. If you say that word, because they think you're wanting to commit an act of drastic violence, when in reality, you know, you're building a model. Algorithms are not smart yet, unfortunately. So that's how that goes right there. We are going to put on part D11 first, as to not confuse anything, which it's right here. And anything that goes on, we could smooth out a little bit later. Over these. Oh, by the way, they quit making, I think, Future or Pledge Revive It, which used to be Future. So if you used to do that clear coat, I hope you have a big bottle of it because you may be SOL. Oh, look at that. Got that little notch right there. So we're going to put this in. This is simple. Let's make sure it fits first. Goes in, but it doesn't seem very easy. I'm not sure why. Maybe that's just how the model is. You know, I think we just need to file some stuff right here. So just be careful of that. Which is right here. You know, you can't catch everything. You try. Finger test always works, by the way. Just rub your finger in there and you'll find those high spots and low spots. So I guess this would probably be, I guess you could say, the first little bit of fit issue we have for the Airfix kit. I'm not sure what's going on with it. It feels like it's getting a little trapped. So you might have to maybe wheedle these down, just a whittle these down. It's not a Weedle, it's not Pokemon. Let's see how well this works. I mean, you should get a good fit on this, and if you don't, there's obviously a reason why. Stuff like that happens at my work all the time. People try to force things into certain things, and it's like, hey, if it's not fitting in there, there's probably a good reason why. So you need to make sure. Oh, this one time with BJ, if you've ever heard me tell my BJ stories, BJ wanted to learn to walk stilts. As a drywall texture person, we would walk stilts to cover up vents, can lights that were kind of high, AC things. That way they, you could get in there quicker with the stilts. Well, I told BJ, what you got to do is you put these on. We're going to put them on the lowest setting. And I want you to walk with your hand along the wall. And when you think you're ready to take your hand off of the wall, don't. I'm like, you got it, BJ? He's like, yeah. I said, all right, I'm going to let you go. What did I say? Don't take my hand off the wall. I said, all right, good. So what are you going to do one more time? Just walk until I feel good. And then when I want to take my hand off of the wall, don't. I said, okay, good job, BJ. Well, BJ was walking around the house in circles. Next thing you know, you heard BJ fall. I was like, what'd you do, BJ? I took my hand off the wall. So, didn't I tell you not to do that? That was BJ. Gave us his classic laugh because BJ took his hand off the wall. Always listen to your boss. They know better. This fit's getting a lot better, but what I don't like is this little area right here. I need to find a sanding stick. And because I'm old, you take your glasses off, you put them back on. Even though you've got corrective lenses, it's not always the best in the world. I'm sure many of you can attest to that. It doesn't really magnify things. It just makes it a little bit better. So I've got this right here. I thought I'd sand that down later, but it turns out it's bugging me. So I'm going to sand it out now. Hopefully get some of these right here. I think that looks good. That'll work. Perfect. Good thing these only go one way. Test the fit. All right. I'm a lot more happy with that fit than I was before. We'll just have to hold that in place a little bit, and it should be good. So here we go. Part, you got that little bendy thing. This just fits right there. Make sure it goes in nicely. It's kind of strange. It was in good earlier, and now it doesn't want to go in. But That does not surprise me because that's what modeling is. Put things in, they don't quite work. There we go. But there's a little magic trick. And when you glue things down, sometimes the glue just magically fills in that seam, which is right here. So that's what we're going to do. You put the glue in and you'll see it just sucks its way right on in there. And whatever gap you had is gone. It's like gap be gone. Put that in. Hold on. There we go. Let that rest. Go fingerprint, of course. Why would I not leave one of those? All right. So it looks like we might have some work to do at this little area right here. We'll hold this down, let this dry, and we'll see what happens, because you can see fit-wise, they've done a good job with most of this kit so far. This is just the part that isn't wanting to fit. And you know, you're going to have that from time to time. So we'll hold that. Let our thin cement set, which should automatically set in 5 seconds or less. However, it does not. But once this dries, we can do the other side. Let all the parts really sit. See what else can be done. We will get the wings or the fuselage from the other part. We'll put that together. I think that'll work. You know, and if it doesn't, there's a magic trick called weathering. You can fake stuff, put a little bit of grime on it. Weathering is a wonderful thing, and it comes in so handy when you have an oopsie, or you don't want to do perfection. And that's the funny thing, is half the modelers out there are like, oh, well, that shouldn't look like that. You need to weather it and make it look a lot better to make it look realistic. And then they're worried about the fit. Well, you know what? Sometimes the fit, you can fake the fit if it doesn't work and weather it. And I'm not even that good of a modeler. That's why it's madness for me. I just got a line there. That's what the issue is, a little bit of a seam from the molding process. I'll mold that down. I hope y'all are enjoying this. At least you can see how it all goes together. Okay. That fit is better than the other side. File this down. Now this sanding stick, it's like one grit's finer than the other, but it's really hard to tell because both sides are white. And that's horrible. Let's see how this goes. Perfect. That side fits better than the other side. Let's soak in. There we go. Left the fingerprint again. That's all good. Sanding. It's a blessing in disguise. There we go. Okay. So we've got that. Now for the fun part. Let's see how well this goes together. This is not going to be easy, but I think we can do it. All right. So I've got this here and this here. Let's get our magical mystery glue. Put some stuff right there. A little bit right there. Get all rid of that. We'll go for a little bit on this edge. A little bit right there. Some right here. A little over there. Get all these little pins. Put some over here. Down there. Down there. Just make sure we got extras there. All your little hairs out of there. That's why you don't use this stuff. The older it gets, it leaves all those little hairs, which is horrible. That's okay. You take your knife, just cut them out. Look how quickly that formed. Wowie, wowie. Don't tell Borat I said that, by the way. This, all right, let's see how well this is going to go together. This is a magic trick right here. Kind of make sure the halves are like that. Press them in. Make sure that goes down. Not easy. Boom, there we go. These will fit like that. That fits like that. That like that. These will go together. That's perfect. Ooh, very nice. All right, I like the magic-y time. Anyway, that's my Borat. Hope you liked it. It's almost as good as my Dr. Phil. I won't bore you with that one. But Dr. Phil's a good one too. There we go. Okay. Dr. Phil, he's kind of got a southern Texas accent. So when he talks, it's very slow, and he wants you to clearly understand what he is trying to say. He has a very hard job to do, and he deals with people on a constant basis that are screaming and yelling, and it's just not productive. Anyway, I'm going to just do this slowly. Hold some of these together and slowly go down the line. Put all your glue in. There we go. And it should hold together. Let's see if this will work. Might have some clamps here that I can help along with the process. These are too strong. Tape. Tape is a wonderful thing. Let's see if I have some tape. God, you get so many tools, you forget what you have and what you don't have. There we go. Tape. Tape monster. There we go. Make sure these are good. Hold them together. There we go. Got this area right here. There we go. Okay. Excellent. So now we got this side right here. Excellent. Put some glue down in here. There we go. Now this here is not really holding too well. That's all right though. We're gonna make it work. Don't want to push that in either. So the issue it looks like I may be having is this landing gear wheel right down in here is not fitting into its slot. So we kind of got, there we go. Had to move that in there to get that to fit. Now that we've done that, put some more glue in this. The fit in this is not the best either, but that's okay. I can probably clamp this together at least. There we go. We got this right here. Just like that. Looking for a clamp. We'll see if we have one. Never around when you need them. Even when you put them back in the right place, they vanish anyway. Because that's what modeling is about. So look at this. I mean, we're doing really well. So we're just going to hold that together. This right here. There we go. This will all dry. Right there, I got my little glue in there. Maybe if I take this, clamp it a little further down. Just like that. Perfect. All right. The joys of modeling and smelling glue and holding pieces together. This is what this looks like so far. It's all working. Oh, just the tip. Just the tip. Hold that together. And that should bond right there. At least we hope it does. Get my little hairs off of there. Disadvantage of glue. That's okay. Once you sit on a shelf, dust will get in there anyway. I don't know if this is supposed to meet up with that or not. Right there, but we'll find out down the road, I guess. And I did have another issue with the other P-51, and that is the exhaust manifolds. Not exactly sure if they were supposed to go in or out, and I will show you that, which is right here. So I kind of recessed those in because he's got the let's see if you can see that right there. There are two like notches that are, there's one here and one here. So I've kind of rested everything on those notches. So I don't know. It's supposed to go like that so it looks kind of recessed, or if I need to pop them out and meet them up right with the holes there. But then these will sit up top here if I did that. So I'm thinking this is the right way. It was just really hard to do. I got some seams on this that are going to need work. We've got that taken care of. Now these call for to do flaps. I think I'm going to leave the flaps. But we are going to assemble the other wings. Which I have right here. I do need to do some quick painting. So I'm going to get some chromate green really quick and paint this. Chromate be green, cockpit green. It's kind of interesting because that's the bottle cap for it. And it doesn't, it dries pretty dark. I'm okay with that though. I have to find my paint stick. It's got a little bit of white on there. Let me see if I can't take some of that off real quick. Handy dandy mixing machine. Perfect. All right. Instructions said use chromate yellow. I'm just going to use green just because. I'll tell you what, this color right here, if you do a lot of World War II aircraft, you may as well buy 50 bottles of that stuff because you're going to use it. I think that's my first bottle, but you know, it lasts a while, but you still go through that stuff quite easily. Everything's chromate green with all those World War II aircraft. But you know, you got some of them, it doesn't even matter because lo and behold, when you do that stuff, I forgot what I was saying. Something with chromate green. Oh well. Anyway, that's what I get for thinking. It's total train of loss, train of thought loss. Here we go. Now this, you have to cut off the panel to make it look right. This is actually going down very nicely. I'm not even going to see a lot of this because it gets covered up. Guns out that way. But just in case, you know, it is visible. Just going to do that. And the other gun, there it is again, saying that word. We won't get beat up. I know it. This will fit over just like this. Everything looks good from that end on the green. Perfect. Well worth the paint job on that. Cap up my paint. Clean off my brush. And get to building more stuff. Make sure all your paint is out. So now we need the weaponry. Which is right here. Not sure which way they go in. I'm sure the instructions will tell me. So I will look at them. It's a smart thing to do. Got those right here. Is that correct? Like that. All right. So these will go in just like this. How they fit in, I assume is like that. I guess just kind of glue them down somehow. That's what I'm going to do. However they stay down is how they stay down. Because let's see here. I assume when I put this over here, I'm not going to go anywhere. And if they do, they do. It's not like it'll be hard to fit back in there. So let's check the fit on that. Looks good. All right. Put our glue down on those. Just like that. I like it. So then this, let's see if I can't scoot that over just a little bit. I imagine this is going to meet up right here. We'll bond that together. Let the glue set on those things. Get our other wing half. Same process. Put this glue, get a nice bunch in there. There we go. There really isn't a lot to these. Just put one side on and then the other. It can only go one way. Well, that's something you don't see every day, huh? Just came right off. There we go. This is why they invented tube glue for these kits. Makes it a little bit easier to do stuff. So may as well use it. And it will bond nicely. Made in Shenzhen. There we go. Okay. Goes there. And I guarantee you this will hold into place right here. Wowzers. There we go. All right. So here's what I'll do. Since this thing's giving me such a fit, it only has 2 guns. Look at that. We'll have to sand that down later. Let's put some glue right in there. It'll hold these wings down into place. Just want to make sure everything lines up good. There we go. Excellente. Estudiante. All right, now we're getting somewhere. What are the instructions? Hold for like 15 seconds or something like that. I do plan to, with the Revell kit, I am going to try and do foil on that. Enhance some skill. Let's see how well that works. There we go. My little tip here is gone rogue on me. Got all that coming together nicely. I've got this right here. You just saw the glue just work its way right in there really quickly. This right here, as I was saying earlier, it's got a cover for it, and you have to cut the cover into a couple pieces if you want to have it displayed open. This is the cover, so I'm not going to do that now, but you've got to cut it off right here. You know what? We can do that right now. Since it's on the sprue, just have to cut both of them off. Just very carefully. Once you have it like that, you can just kind of pop it a little bit. And you could turn it over on the back side and break that score. There we go. Nice and easy. File some of that stuff down. This is coming together very nicely. I'm happy with it. Put a little glue right here. Find all your weak spots. Get them all glued down and start the filing process. Got to get in here, which will be good. There we go. If you like to chat, I always answer them, or at least try. If I can't see them now, I'll look at them tomorrow at like 9 o'clock when the video finally uploads. It has to process and all that junk through YouTube, and that's a process and a half. It just kind of does it, but it takes a while. You just kind of have to grin and bear it when it does it. And you get to see those comments later on, which is cool. All right. Got this here too. Boom. I know it's hard to see, but you can see that glue, that thin cement just sucks itself right into there with capillary action. What do you think? Nice, lovey-dovey? I like it. I just dropped it. That's okay. We're going to paint this later, by the way. We'll do that at a different date. You're just seeing the main stuff. Got this right here. This, since this stuff is drying, it's going to go right here. Let's see how well this fits. Not the best fit. Am I surprised? No, I'm not. All right, so there we go. Let's see here. Okay. Not a lot for it to grip onto either. Just got to be careful with it. Hold that into place. Just kind of press up on it. You know, we're going to have to fix that seam later on too. Not a big deal though. I mean, it's a model, right? If it went together like a cookie cutter, what would be the fun in that? Let's think about the days when our parents got to experience tube glue for the first time. Now it's like, oh, just use thin cement. All right, so we got that done. Here are the wings. I already got the wings built. And these things are supposed to just kind of slide in according to the instructions. Hopefully it works out that way, because I mean, this doesn't look like an easy process at all. I might just not even put this thing on there. I mean, look, it's kind of rather hard to do this, even with this like this. Good thing you're kind of watching, huh? Because this is how the instructions call for it. You put this on, and you put your wings on. How are you supposed to get these in? You like that? I tried practicing it, and with practice, I was kind of able to do it, but you know, nothing's glued down. So that's the only hard part. So I think that's going to stay off for now. And that's why sometimes you practice fitting things together before you do it. So this, you got your notches right here. And then the notches are right there. And it should fit like that on each side. But then this side, right here, got to kind of press that in. You can see it's not easy going down, but it will go down. You just have to force it. Got that in there, that like that. That side's a little goofy. There we go. I guess you just got to work it a little bit, and eventually it will fit like that. Hear that snapping? I'm sure that's great. And then we could take this and somehow find a way to put that on or in. Either way, there we go. It'll fit just like that. So let's see if I can even glue that down now with all this stuff. And I might just do that. Words, 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 words. Wings. Yeah, we'll do that. So pop this off real quick. Make a video. We'll make it look pretty. Model making madness, of course. That's why we make these videos, so people can learn how to build these themselves very easily. So I'm going to take this tube glue. Tube glue. I never thought I'd use so much tube glue in my life. Really, I used to use it all the time because I liked it, and I still actually like it. It's really good stuff. You get good bonds, like I say all the time. Let's make sure you get all that in there. There we go. All right, that should hold. Flip this thing over to this side as we just did. Put it right there. Line up our pins. Press it in. Boom. Look at that. Perfect. 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 Looks good. Got that right there. That's in. Take our thin cement, put some of that in there. Press this down. I'm sure it'll dry fine. Got these sides right here. course, go along the wing. I don't need to go where the flaps are because they won't really do anything. You see, that's kind of popping out right there. So that looks a little goofy. Boom. Like how that snapped into place, huh? So it looks like you might have to do a little bit of work right here. I can't get that to lay flat. I'm not surprised though. It is what it is. I can work on that, or at least try somehow. Maybe if I press on it. There we go. Now it's doing it. So that's all you got to do. Just give that a good press in there. Whatever you have to do to make it work. Put our cement in there. At least try. Feels like when the bottle gets low, it does what it's told. Otherwise, it gets the hose. Flip this over. You know what? Tube glue. More tube glue. Put it around the edge. Just a little bit. You don't need a lot. And it'll do its magic. Then we can use the other stuff later on. Kind of just put that down. Press it. You got to press it in there to get it in. It will fit. Just like that. Snapped in. Got our gappage. Both sides. But it's in. That's what matters. Get this glue here. Put some on the sides there. Awesome. Let's see if we could clean up that seam right there. Well, the planes are finally starting to come together. Look at that. I like it. So that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go eat some food because I'm hungry. Take care, y'all. Bye.